I'm currently on Skyblock, but around the starting island there are also other neighboring islands, and my goal will be to defeat all 4 bosses in Minecraft and survive here for 100 days. I started by opening the chest, which contained loot and a bucket of lava, which I collected into my inventory. We immediately went to chop down the tree, and then I made a crafting table, where I crafted a wooden pickaxe. After that, I started breaking blocks and placed some dirt, which I broke, and next to it I placed the lava, which allowed me to make a cobblestone generator. And so we have our first generator, so I think we'll start with that island, because there's more wood there. Next, I mined 6 pieces of cobblestone and crafted a stone pickaxe and an axe, and in the meantime I managed to catch 2 saplings which I planted on the island, after which I went back to mining cobblestone. Skyblock isn't just an ordinary map for me because it's my childhood. It was the first custom map I ever played on when I was 9 years old, but I never managed to finish it, which made my friends laugh at me. Some time has passed since then, but now I want to prove to them that I am able to beat this map, even by defeating all the bosses in Minecraft. However, for now, I mined 30 cobblestones using my generator, turned them into slabs, and started building a bridge toward the first of the islands nearby. And we're on the first island, so first of all we finally have some animals. I can already see there are chickens, 1 cow, and we also have 1 sheep, so that's really great. I cut down one of the trees, then cleared the island of grass and all kinds of flowers, and after that I cut down the rest of the trees. From the wood I gathered, I crafted boats and put all the animals into the boats out of fear they might fall into the void. Then I planted 2 saplings and returned to the base, where I crafted a hoe and planted the first pairs of seeds around the water in the cobblestone generator. I decided to use up the entire stone pickaxe, and when it broke I had collected over a stack of cobblestone, so I crafted a new stone pickaxe, a bunch of slabs, and a chest where I put away unnecessary items. Next I went back to the animal island, killed a spider, and managed to collect an apple. After that, I returned to the starting island, where I began building a bridge toward the bamboo island. And there are pandas here, by the way. Alright, I hadn't seen them before, but we also have pandas here, and I can see a zombie that's in the bamboo, so maybe I'll get rid of some of this bamboo a little bit. The panda is eating bamboo. Alright. I killed the zombie, and then I put one of the pandas into a boat because I was planning to build a zoo in the future with every mob that will be on these island biomes. I dug through the entire island to see if there was anything inside, and then I destroyed all the grass I could find on the island, hoping for more seeds for our farm. I returned to the base, where I expanded our little island, then moved the chests and wanted to build an enclosure for our animals. However, I didn't want to waste wood, so I decided on stone fences and started mining cobblestone. Meanwhile, the mine day broke, and I managed to collect a bone from one of the burned skeletons. Then I crafted stone fences and expanded our platform even further, and afterwards I moved the chests. I built a pen and added wooden gates, then took seeds from the chest and went to get the chickens. I took the chickens out of the boats and wanted to put the cow and the sheep into one boat. Then now guys, I'll invite you over here. And the cow and perfect, the sheep got locked in as well. Alright, and now, maybe I'll build you a slightly bigger bridge, because I'm afraid they'll fall into the void, so we need to go back for a moment and make some more slabs to make sure they definitely won't fall. I crafted some slabs, but I didn't have enough to finish, so I went back and mined cobblestone, taking a break to craft a new pickaxe. After a while, I had over 100. So I crafted some more slabs and finished the bridge. On the way back I took some seeds and brought the chickens straight to the pen with me. I also threw some eggs and managed to hatch 1 lucky chick, then bred the chickens and crafted a useful furnace and some stone slabs. After that I killed one of the chickens, put its raw meat in the furnace along with some wood. I ate the freshly cooked chicken and finally set off for the next island in the distance. Alright, we're on the next island, so that's great. Let's see what we've got here. First of all, there's a huge tree, so plenty of wood. There are also pigs, but for now I don't have a way to take them with me, so in the meantime I'll grab these sweet berries. I gathered all of them and finally had something to eat, then I collected wood from 2 trees and destroyed all the grass. And I'd like to ask you to boost this video and leave a like and a subscription, for which I thank you very much. Next I put the pigs into boats and returned to the base, where I bred the chickens and put the wood into the chest. Again, I mined cobblestone until my pickaxe broke, and when it did, I crafted a new one along with some slabs, then set out to build a bridge to the island with sand. Alright, we're on the island now, and there are actually camels here, so I'll make a boat for them right away so they don't fall off. I tried to put the camels into the boat, but one of them fell into the void, so I built a platform underneath them, then collected some cactus and decided to enclose one of the camels. After that, I picked up the boat and returned to our island, and on the way back, my axe broke while fighting a creeper on the bridge, but I managed to kill it. I gathered the remains of the burnt tree and took some wood from the chest, then mined half a stack of cobblestone and turned it into slabs. After that, I built a bridge to the resource island. Unfortunately, I had to finish the bridge with wooden slabs because I ran out of stone ones. Alright, we're on the resource island now, so of course I'd start with iron, so let's gather some iron and some coal. I went back to the island where I smelted the iron in the furnace and crafted an iron pickaxe. Then I returned to the resource island where I started mining all the resources, beginning with diamonds, from which I crafted a diamond pickaxe and then continued mining the entire island. And when I said the entire island, I really meant the entire thing. So I kept mining, and after a while I realized I had no space left in my inventory. So I swam along the water to our bridge and returned to the base where I put the items into the chest. I defeated a zombie and crafted a full set of diamond armor and an axe. Then I put some iron to smelt and turned cobblestone into slabs, after which I went back to the resource island and finished mining the entire island. Alright, and now there's just this last layer left, so I'm going to flow down here with the water. Let's do something like this. I'll place a slab right here, and now I can gather all the resources efficiently. I mined the last layer and built my way back up to our bridge, which I used to return to our starting island, where I took the iron from the furnace and crafted a shield and shears. Then, I took the sugarcane from the chest and planted it on our island, after which I put the items back in the chest. I crafted torches which I used to light up the bridges and all the islands, and on the animal island I sheared the sheep. The last island I lit up was the Tiger Island, and from there I started building a bridge to another island. However, halfway through I ran out of stone slabs again, so I finished the bridge with wooden ones. Whoa, the parrot fell into the void, no! Alright, you there, buddy. I'm taking you out right away. Oh, actually, it didn't fall into the void. Oh, that one fell too. What's going on? Alright. I went onto the island and gathered seeds, which I managed to use to tame one of the parrots, so I collected a few more seeds and, together with my parrot, we returned to the starting island, where I dropped off the parrot and went back to light up the bridge and the jungle island. I managed to reach the pyramid, so I immediately started building towards it. I climbed onto the pyramid and decided to jump inside. We can fall down here. And 2 creepers, a skeleton, and a whole bunch of mobs spawned. Alright. This is definitely not a safe place. Alright, it's okay for now. Alright, I just hope I don't die. I finished off the skeleton in the golden armor and went downstairs, where I started looting by destroying the pressure plate and the TNT underneath it. Then I took the chests, in which I managed to find books with the Power 5 and Brick 4 enchantments, as well as a golden apple. I also took the string from the chest and dug my way up to the top of the pyramid. On my way back to the jungle island, I lit up the entire bridge. On the way to the base on the jungle island, I took some wood, and when I was already at the base, I wanted to craft a bed. But I was missing one piece of wool, so I ran to the animal island, but it turned out that maybe the sheep will... No! Because it's not roaming free, so it can't eat. Oh man, I forgot about that. Alright then, let's let the sheep out. But I'd actually keep the cow locked up. I returned to the base where I took some sugarcane and lava into a bucket, then put the items into a chest. On top of that, I crafted another chest and turned all the wood into planks and slabs. I expanded our platform, sketched out our house on it, and then took sand from the sand island. On my way back, I ran into some unwelcome guests. Whoa, phantoms on the bridge. One attacked me right on the bridge. Oh my heart, I almost fell. I returned to base, put the sand into smelt, then mined some cobblestone and killed all the phantoms that were hunting me, after which I went back to mining cobblestone. I took the glass out of the furnace, but there wasn't enough of it, so I went back to mining. After a while, I took the glass from the furnace again, then went to the animal island where horses actually spawned. What is going on? Hey, okay, and more cows have spawned too. Alright, that's cool. At least now I have the 3rd missing wool, so, honestly, I don't know what to do with all these animals here, but it's really nice that so many of them have spawned. I crafted a bed and slept through the night, and in the morning I finished building our house using different types of wood and glass. I finished the ground floor, then the upper floor, and after a while, this is how our house officially looks. It might not be all that, fantastic. Here I can already add these blocks, since I don't have them yet. This one actually, maybe we'll swap it out and just put it here if we really want to. Maybe just like that. And here we'll go upstairs, and here will be a room for items from the different islands we visited. I gathered some hay and ran to the animal island where I destroyed the boat and transported the cows and sheep to the pen, where I bred the cows, then sowed seeds and killed a chicken, which I put in to cook. I put the items in the chest, then crafted stone slabs and set off to build a bridge to another island, this time to the island with dark trees. Alright then. And what do we have here? We have more animals, we have 2 more cows, so that's pretty cool. And we have a dog! Hey, alright, take it easy now, here you go. I even brought some bones with me, just please don't fall off. Please, just don't fall. Okay, yeah, now we actually tamed him with the first bone. Yo, alright, I'll name you Simba. Just like my dog is named in my real life, you will officially be Simba too. I went back to the base for a moment where I crafted a torch and took some wheat, then transported the cows from the island with the dark trees to our pen and bred them. I ran to the animal island where I tamed a horse. However, it was very slow, so I decided to tame another one, which turned out to be much faster. Alright, we got it. Yo, he's so fast! Hey, seriously, I've never had such a fast horse in Minecraft. Alright, this is awesome, really awesome. Actually, this will be really useful for us. I left the horse at the base and went to the bamboo island to get our dog, with whom I also returned to the base, where I turned all the bones into bone meal and used it to collect over 40 wheat, so I bred the cows. I moved the chests into the house and then I put our horse inside, whose life had been spared. I placed a bed in the house and crafted additional chests, where I sorted the items. And then I added 2 furnaces next to the chests. I also crafted an anvil, but I didn't have enough string for a bow, so I took some sugarcane and crafted stone slabs, which I used to build a bridge to the Mesa Island. Ooh, and we've got an armadillo here? Alright, that's really cool. Okay, let's make a passage here and see what's actually here. Okay, there's not really anything much on this mesa. But we do have an armadillo, so I can safely place it in the boat. We'll securely tie them up like this, and now we have 2 armadillos. Let them just stay like that. There was nothing else on that island, so I went back to the base, took some hay from the chest and bred the cows, then killed a few pairs of them to get leather, which I used to craft item frames and place them on the upper floor of our house. One by one, I went to each island and took an item that I associated with it. I also collected some leather from a horse on the animal island and crafted additional item frames, which I placed on the wall. And to sort them by the islands we've now visited. So nice and tidy. And the last island. And just like that, we've already checked off so many islands. I put the meat in to cook and the items into the chest, and in the other furnace I put some gold to smelt. Next, I killed the chickens, cooked all the food, and then slept through the night. In the morning I went to the island with the animals. With them, I built a bridge to another island with a witch's hut. And nice and tidy. We had just enough blocks, perfect! And now we've got a pig here. Plus, we've actually got more sugarcane, so I can just collect it from here right away. Also, from this island, I think we'll collect this because it reminds me of swamps in Minecraft now. And we can... Whoa! We've even got a black cat here. Hey, alright, I want you. I went into the witch's hut and took the cauldron, and then I wanted to tame the cat, so I went back home to craft a fishing rod. However, I didn't have enough string, so for now I put the items from the islands into an item frame, then grabbed some hay and bred the cows. I placed the cauldron in the house and cut down the trees from the animal island and the swamp island. After returning to the base, I turned the wood into slabs and set off for another snowy island. Alright, so we're finally here, and we actually have a goat with us, so we've got a goat right here. And the very first thing I do is craft a crafting table and make a wooden boat. So I can carefully put the goat in the boat to keep it from accidentally falling into the deep void. I put the goat in the boat and chopped down some trees, and I noticed that on one of the distant islands a tree was on fire. So I went back to the house to get some water so I could collect obsidian, and while I was at it I managed to sleep through the night. I went back to the snowy island and built another bridge to the acacia island with the lava spring. Alright, we're on a new island now, and from what I can see there are horses here. There's actually another island over there, and we have a lava source, so I think I'll probably flood this whole area from what it seems, and we can take that lava for ourselves. Here, we'll do it like this, and we can collect all of it for ourselves. I mined 14 obsidian and took a pumpkin as a souvenir, and then I went back to the snowy island, where I crafted a shovel and collected snow as another keepsake. From the snowy island, I built another bridge to the igloo. And now we're at the igloo so we can check if there's anything inside at all, because from what I can see, there's no way down. And there are villagers. Alright, we have our first villagers in our world. Okay, you'll be Marian and you'll be Joseph. I took the bed as a souvenir from the igloo and returned to the acacia island, where I cut down an acacia tree. I crafted slabs from the remaining wood and built my way to the island with cherry trees. Alright, so we're on a new island now. Here I see there's an axolotl. Alright, we're going to have an axolotl. And it's pink, so that's super cool and we can collect it. Plus, we have these pink decorative trees here, so overall it's really nice. I took some pink flowers as a souvenir and returned to the base, planting acacia saplings along the way. After getting back to the base, I bred the cows, killed all the adult cows, and got 4 pieces of leather from them. I crafted a book and an item frame, which I added to the souvenir room. And here we go, 1, 2, 3, and we'll add a pumpkin, we'll add a snowball, we'll add a bed, and for now I can't add this yet, so for now I'll just keep it in my inventory. I put the items in the chest and crafted an enchanting table which I placed next to the chests, and then I enchanted my entire set with protection, as well as my pickaxe and axe with efficiency. After that I went to bed. In the morning I turned the wood into slabs and set off for another island, the pillager outpost. I built a bridge to it and jumped onto it, then headed to the entrance. And now, yeah, we somehow have to kill the pillager. Oh, okay, here it is. How many of them are there anyway? Oh, he dropped a crossbow for me. Actually, I don't know if I need a crossbow, but it's cool that he dropped it, so I'll just take it. I went upstairs and took from the chest some wood, a bit of hay and arrows, 2 bottles of XP and a horn. I took the banner as a souvenir and killed the pillager with the banner, from whom I got the bad omen potion, which made me think I could start a raid, so I ran to our villagers in the igloo to check if it was possible. Alright then, hello to our villagers, and I'm curious if I can start a raid here. And I got the bad omen effect. And now, I don't know if the raid will function if there's no space here for them to spawn. Or not. Because I'm supposedly with the villagers and I have bad omen. Honestly, I don't know. Unfortunately, it turned out that the raid didn't work, so I went back to base, drank some milk to get rid of the effect, and then headed to the swamp island to build another bridge in search of islands. From a distance, after a while, I managed to spot an island with a monument, so I returned to base. Crafted 8 buckets, which I filled with milk, and also crafted doors and extra slabs. I went back to our bridge and finished it. But as I was approaching the island, I got the mining fatigue effect. Alright, we've got a massive structure with water, so I can just drink some milk and we can actually head inside right now. And now what? I specifically brought doors with me because I'm definitely going to need them here. And I can already see something shooting at me, so dude, go away and we'll just dig in from here. And here we already have our Elder Guardian. Alright, just so he doesn't hit me. And it'll be fine. I quickly managed to kill the first of 4 bosses in this world, the Elder Guardian, and then I continued to loot the monument, taking breaks to catch my breath in the doors. After a while of swimming, I managed to find a safe spot, so I drank some milk and dug my way inside, then collected the gold, alternating with drinking milk to get rid of the mining fatigue effect, until I managed to collect it all. I swam around the monument for a bit longer and dug my way out by drinking milk, then returned to our bridge, which I used to get back to the base. After returning, I accidentally crafted a second diamond shovel and set out to look for gravel so I could craft arrows, which I needed to kill the next boss on the ancient city island, the Warden. In the meantime, while searching, I returned to the base and bred the cows. I cooked some food, grabbed a bucket of milk, and then ran to the monument island where I collected the gravel I needed. Alright, 27 pieces of gravel should be enough for us so we can get out of here. I didn't even have to drink that milk. Well, now I actually do have to. I went back to the base and got flint from the gravel, then crafted arrows and put the items into the chest. I took the food out of the furnace and put in some more, then crafted wooden pressure plates and bred the cows again. When night fell, I decided to hunt for string so I could craft a bow. Alright, we've got some mobs here, but I also see a skeleton who's already shooting at me. Ooh, okay, I thought I was going to fall. No! How? Okay, you dude, I'll gladly kill you. We've also got a spider, so that's perfect, because we can kill it too. And let's kill this spider and the other one as well. And we've only got 2 strings. I needed 1 more string, so I ran toward the monument, and during that time on the swamp island, a skeleton riding a spider spawned, from which I managed to get 2 more strings. I returned to the base, where I crafted a bow and put unnecessary items into the chest, then went to sleep. In the morning, I set out to face another boss, the Warden, but before leaving, I added a Power 5 book to my bow and then built a bridge to the ancient city island. I jumped onto the island and took some blocks to finish the bridge, then continued looting the island. Whoa. Alright. Okay. It's a bit dangerous here. Actually, very dangerous because there are 4 of them. Alright, I'll take the chest, a Curse of Vanishing book, lots of books, so that's cool. I'll grab the skulk, the music disc, and this. Alright then. Let's also take the second chest and the diamond pants. Unbreaking or mending? Okay. I decided not to wake the Warden just yet and to check what else I could find at the top of the tower standing next to me, so I jumped down and started climbing the tower when I heard this. Ah, Warden! Ooh, I hear that he came out. He's here. Alright. Now then. Let's take this chest. Good amount of coal, a shovel this. I'll take some echo shards. Alright. Holy no, he's literally right under me. I was standing on the edge and shooting at the Warden, thinking I was safe. This warden can't do anything to me, alright? And I'm a worthy opponent for him. No, no, no! I jumped down from the tower and went back to the bridge where the effect wore off and I started shooting at him again. I can't believe it. I can't see him. I can't see anything. He's right there. Perfect. This is going to be super easy. He's not even shooting at me. I just hope I have enough arrows. If I don't have enough arrows... Yes! I defeated him! Yes! We've killed the warden. I managed to kill the second of the 4 bosses, so the next step was to go to the Nether and get blaze rods and skulls for the wither. After returning to the base, I put the items into the chests and threw the rest of the gold in to smelt. I bred the cows, then killed the adult ones and got 1 piece of leather, so I headed to the island where I had previously seen horses to get the 3 pieces of leather I needed. Unfortunately, the horses only dropped 2 pieces for me, so I went back home and waited for one of the cows to grow up, but it didn't drop any leather, so I waited again for another one to grow up. Alright then, we can breed you again. So now please, oh please, oh please. Why am I not getting any leather? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Alright, 3rd day waiting for the cow to grow up so I can kill it. Another cow also didn't drop any leather for me. But during that time, 2 cows spawned on the bamboo island, and from them I finally managed to get the leather I needed. I also took some bamboo, which I turned into sticks. I went back to the base and crafted some item frames, then went upstairs. We can add them here on this wall. We'll add some here as well. And now I can officially lay out all the blocks from the various islands we've collected in the overworld. And we can finally head to the Nether. I took the obsidian and all the essential items I needed to create and light the Nether portal. And then I built it right in front of our house. It turned out that this wasn't really a good place for the portal, but that's how it stayed. Let's see what the Nether looks like. Alright, I spawned on some tiny piece of land. It actually looks like a skyblock except there's no tree, but there is, for example, lava, though I don't need lava, so I'll just block it off. And we can mine some of this netherrack because it'll come in handy for building. I gathered some netherrack and started building a bridge in one direction, and I found an island that was far below me, so I went back to base to collect some wood and craft slabs from it. I also gathered some gold and crafted golden boots, then returned to the Nether. I jumped down and built some stairs so I could make my way back from this island if needed. Alright, let's see, do we have anything cool on this island? Actually, there are some piglins here so we could trade with them. Other than that, I can see that unfortunately there really isn't anything else here except that there are tons of mobs. I took a red leaf as a souvenir from this island and started building another bridge in one direction until I managed to find another island with a blue forest which had nothing on it. So I took a blue leaf as a souvenir and started building yet another bridge. Yes! Alright, we've got something. And here we have a sort of mini bastion, so it's actually a good spot to rebuild here. I can already see a ghast over there, but luckily it doesn't see me. Alright, we're on a new island, so I just go right in here. We can build up a little bit. Oh man, I can't because I fell. Alright, never mind. I built up and crafted a boat to trap an enderman, from which I got a pearl. Then I went down, threw some gold for the piglins to start trading with me, and in the meantime, I mined some gold, killed endermen, getting another pearl from them, and right after that I got 4 more pearls from the trades. While waiting for more pearls from the trades, I mined netherrack, and when I had over 2 stacks of it, I managed to collect the last pearls I needed, so I set off to look for new islands. Alright, we've got a new biome, so we've got soul sand. And now, here's the thing, I can definitely collect some bone blocks because I see there are endermen here, but bone blocks could definitely come in handy, whether for a farm or something else, so let's gather them. I collected some soul sand as a souvenir and crafted slabs from blackstone, then started building the bridge further again. I kept placing those blocks, kept building until I got hit by a Blaze's fireball, and that's when I noticed an island with a fortress, so I built my way up to it. Alright, I see there are a ton of wither skeletons here, so we'll have to figure out how to deal with them. Okay, how many blazes are spawning here? Alright, this is going to be so unpleasant. Okay, we have to kill them. Okay, we have it now. I quickly cleared out my inventory and lit up the spawner, then killed all the blazes. After that, I removed the torches from the spawner and the fences around it, and kept farming rods until I managed to get as many as 7. I destroyed the spawner and decided to wait for wither skeletons to spawn so I could collect the heads I needed to kill the next boss, the wither. After a short while I managed to get the first one, then another, and finally there it is. We got it. Alright, the 3rd head. At long last we can officially make our way out of this place now, so let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on everyone, follow me. And I wouldn't forget a block as a souvenir, Of course I would. So the souvenir block from this island will just be a piece of the fortress. On the way back to the portal, I also took some soul sand, and when I was already at the base, I put the items in a chest and crafted some item frames. Then I added them at the top and placed all 5 nether souvenirs in them. However, I decided to leave killing the wither for later and focus on building the zoo, so I expanded the island. But I didn't have enough wood, so I mined some cobblestone, turned it into slabs, and then made an enclosure for all the animals. Alright, the brand new enclosure for all the animals is finally ready. So now we can go and get them. So let's start with the armadillo first. And I'm really sorry about this, but I have to kill one of you. So let's just do it like this. And now we're heading back to our base with the armadillo. I brought the armadillo to our enclosure and did the same with all the other mobs, and finally I added the axolotl, which completed my zoo. Then I decided to head to the end, so I crafted some pearls and set off in the direction indicated by the pearl, and along the way I also crafted some slabs. Alright, okay, and we should keep going this way. There it is! We found the stronghold. Alright. I just need to build my way over. But I'm going to run out of blocks. And I'm out of blocks, so we have to go back. I went back to the island with the cherry trees, where I cut down the trees and crafted slabs from them, which allowed me to reach the stronghold. There I killed the silverfish and added the pearls to the portal, so now we can go fight the dragon. And okay, looking around here, the nether in the end appears to be completely normal from what I can see. Alright, now we have the task to take down the mighty ender dragon and also successfully defeat the wither boss. So I have the wither ready to go. I think we'll destroy all the crystals first. I destroyed all the crystals that were here and then summoned the wither, which I fought and defeated as the second to last boss. Because the last one was the dragon, which I also defeated.